A warm welcome to Nori Vlogs. Here we explore Egypt's attractions together, from the wonders of the pharaohs to the life of Egyptians and the streets of Cairo. Today, our trip will take us to one of the strangest and most beautiful places in Egypt, Baron Empain Palace. This place is not just an architectural masterpiece, but is also filled with the mysterious stories and secrets that make visiting a completely unique experience. Are you ready? Let's begin. A quick fact, each person needs two tickets for the palace, one for entry and one for the rooftop, not just a single ticket. The owner of the palace is the Belgian engineer and millionaire Baron Edward Empain. He had been in India, but when he came to Egypt, he fell in love with it and decided to live there. His love for Egypt was so deep that he requested to be buried there, even if he passed away abroad. And among the things that make the palace garden stand out are the two classic cars from the 1940s and 1950s, which were used by high-ranking personalities back then. One of its unique features is that the sun never sets on it throughout the day, thanks to the design of its windows, which allow natural light to enter all the rooms. At first, when I entered the palace, I was scared because of what I had heard about it, but later I got used to it. Baron Palace is known as a palace of ghosts, a legend where its residents seriously die. Many people claim to hear screams and see smoke coming out of the palace at night. It was Egypt's true horror legend. The palace, built on 16 faddans, began construction in 1907 and was completed in 1911, taking about 4 years to build. It was designed by the French architect Alexander Marcel in the Indo-European style because the Baron had lived in India for many years and wanted the palace to resemble Indian temples. The palace is very distinctive and contains rare artifacts and statues. But this is where the terrifying legends begin. When the Baron's sister, Helena, fell from her room's window, it was impossible for him to save her, even though she was screaming his name. This incident left him in deep depression, and it was said that he repeatedly tried to summon her spirit to apologize, but she refused to forgive him. After the death of the Baron's sister, a series of the mysterious deaths began in the palace. Among them was the Baron's wife, who suddenly fell to her death when the elevator crashed. Then they were shocked by the suicide of the Baron's daughter, who jumped from the palace roof. Another victim from the Baron's family was his brother, who was found dead in the palace garden. It is said that 6 servants all died under mysterious circumstances, along with the head housekeeper, whose body was discovered in the elevator with her head completely severed from her body.
بالنسبة لسكان مصر الجديدة، كانت العمر هامة جدا في حياتهم اليومية، ولهم فيه ذكريات كثيرة، لذا نقل المسؤولون عربة من أعراب الكرام لقصر البر. ولتسهيل زيارته أعيد تنظيف مبنى الصرف كمدخل رئيسي للقصر يحمل بوابات إلكترونية وغرفة مراقبة إلكترونية. شمل مشروع الترميم أعمال عزل المسرحي وشبكة صرف لمياه الأمطار. بعد أن يعد محتويات بالكامل عام 1954 في مزاد القانون. من جديد عام 2005 وزارة الإسكان وتنفيذ وزارة الأطفال في عام 2009 لعشر قسم المستقبل ممكن.
The Baron himself fell ill with a mysterious disease and died. He was buried in the Basilica church, which was located 1 kilometer away from the palace. It is said that there were underground tunnels connecting the palace to the church.
I suppose if you worry about that they might feel better than others.
After the death of the Baron, the heir sold the palace, and in 2005, the Egyptian government bought it and began its restoration. In 2020, it was opened as a tourist attraction. Today, the place is one of the most beautiful historical landmarks in Egypt. As you can see, fine arts students can enter the palace for free and sit to draw in peace, surrounded by nature. It all started when Baron Empain had a strong relationship with the Khedive, which allowed him to purchase 5,952 faddans in the eastern desert of Cairo. Since the area had no transportation or service, he bought the land for just 1 Egyptian pound per faddan. He then began building Heliopolis, the modern district of New Cairo. He chose the highest hill to construct his palace, from which he could see the pyramids from his balcony. There is also an old tram, one of the oldest trams that used to operate in the streets of Heliopolis when the area was a symbol of elegance and civilization in the early 20th century. And that wraps up our tour of the Baron Palace, a place where legends never end. If you enjoyed the vlog, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what videos you'd like to see next. And stay tuned for more adventures from the heart of Egypt. Bye!